All right, guys, we're back with a little bit different of an episode today. It's not UFC. I'm not breaking down fights, but we're going back to professional wrestling. And I have one of my really good friends on the phone, Darius.
Yo, what is happening? Touch 'em up podcast, man. Should be.
So we're going to just talk about random stuff. Like, it's not really a certain, like, we have lists of things, obviously, but it's not really a certain topic that we're just going to cover. We're just going to ask each other different questions and see how it goes. So, I mean, first of all, how are you doing? You doing good?
Yeah, man, I'm doing good as life can be right now. No complaints. Sitting in the air conditioning. You know, we had some hot weather earlier this week, so I've been cooped up in the basement.
Oh, yeah.
Some minor media work and whatnot. How about yourself?
Oh, you know, just rolling with the punches. Keep on going. You know, just normal stuff.
Absolutely. Well, yeah, man. After we talk, I'm gonna go ahead and enjoy this beautiful day in Capo Land, and man, but I'm ready for a nice little conversation about some good old wrestling.
always, man. So I got a bunch of different stuff. I'm gonna try to figure out. You know what? I got a good one. We'll start with this. I don't really hear a lot of people talk about this, but I think it kind of makes sense when you look at the history of this certain type of match. Is the 2005 Royal Rumble the most important Royal Rumble in the history of that match? Just think about it from the beginning till now. Based on how it ended, based on the last two participants, how it ended up like forging out and you know, manifesting into the superstars that both of them would become down the line. Is that the most important Rumble match to ever happen? Even the ending. There's never been there was an ending like that with Lex Luger and Shawn Michaels, but when you really think about it, they've never done anything like that.
WrestleMania 2005, and then when you're see, now I'm thinking about discussions we've had in the past. You know, we grew up in two different eras.
Yeah.
Or loving two different eras. So you favor one particular era over the other.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm trying to. I guess I'm still trying to wake up here. Man, would that be the most important Royal Rumble? Oh gosh, yeah, you're right. You may be right, man, because we had what was that? Like you said, similar to the Luger finish. What was this? The Batista?
Yeah, Batista and Cena.
Batista and
John Cena. Yeah.
Why? I tell you what, I became a huge Batista fan right after this Rumble, just the FYI. But man, this was during my college years when when I took my stint out of wrestling.
Oh.
Which when I talk to fans or like longtime fans, I'm finding out that everybody has had their stint of trying to leave wrestling, but you just can't.
Yeah.
I cannot leave that good old wrestling alone. My goddamn self. So, this was I like to call this a dark period in my wrestling career, but on my wrestling viewership.
Yeah.
But still memorable. Of course. Actually, I came out with. I think it was. Oh gosh, I don't want to be biased.
It's okay. You can be biased.
Yeah, I came out a fan of. An even bigger fan of Batista. Shit, where am I at over here? Anyway, yeah, man. Like I said, I became out a bigger Batista fan. I was always a Batista fan. I never was really a John Cena fan. I'm not too crazy about the guy, but I'm not a John Cena hater.
Yeah.
But I believe this obviously pushed Batista. I mean, pushed him to the moon, obviously. I mean, he became a Hollywood superstar, won the belt and whatnot after this. And the most important, I think, Fudge, man, I think that you may be right about that.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think about, Royal Rumbles in the 90s when fucking Steve Austin won his multiple Royal Rumbles and Shawn Michaels and
One of my favorite Rumbles was 2001. But 2001's like my favorite year. I just love like that Royal Rumble with all the weapons and everything, but it doesn't mean as much because Stone Cold had already won a Rumble before. So this was different. It was two guys who nobody really thought like were going to win. I don't know because I don't remember like how everybody thought back then because I had just really started following wrestling hardcore in like 2003. But I just kind of like, I don't know, dude, like Batista and John Cena at that time, you were either a Batista guy or you were a John Cena guy. That was it. Exactly. It was Raw for Batista, it was SmackDown for Cena. And then right after this, they switched brands, which I still think was a mistake. I don't think they should have moved them back then, but that's a topic for another discussion. But
yeah.
I don't know, I never really thought about it until when I was making this list, and I was like, man, I can't think of another Rumble where the two guys in the final two would move on to do so many things and win so many world titles afterwards. It's not like they did this shit before the Royal Rumble. They didn't have anything. I mean, Batista won some tag titles, Cena won the US title, but they didn't have anything. And then once this happened, WrestleMania happened, and then that was it. Multiple world titles, multiple main events. They pretty much were a main eventer for the rest of their career after this Royal Rumble.
No, you're right. I'm thinking about it. Like I said, Batista, when he won all of his championships and then was shot to the moon and became a superstar in Hollywood and later on John Cena. Yeah, man, that is, you may, I'm taking into consideration a lot of Royal Rumbles here, man, but you may be correct. The 2005 being the most, shucks, Royal Rumble. Yes, you're right. Okay, you know what? I'll say this as well. I was Attitude Era freaking fan and fanatic, right?
Yeah.
So everything Attitude Era was very important to me until I've realized within the past few years, man, we are now watching. I think, in my opinion, we are now watching the best wrestling era yet. Once again, my personal opinion, and so. And so since we're talking about the 2005 Royal Rumble, that is almost like a birth
of the new era. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly, man. So you are, 100% correct on this Royal Rumble being very important, man. Dude, in the match, who we had, oh my gosh, we had Eddie Guerrero, Chris Benoit in the matches. The freaking Edges was in the Royal Rumble.
Yep.
Rey Mysterio, Shelton Benjamin. This was, like I said, when I went to college, this was around the time when, obviously, Eddie and Chris and a lot of the, I guess what you would call back then, smaller wrestlers, small in stature, that blew up. And that was something that I did not see in wrestling. Cena, with Batista winning this one, he may have been, I guess next year, Undertaker won. I was going to say he may have been the last big guy, but no, that is so not true because Undertaker won the next year.
Yeah.
After that. But, this is a very interesting time. Wow, in wrestling. I never realized it kind of was the birth of what we see now. Sheesh.
Yeah. No, it's just like, I don't know. Like, the first Royal Rumble I remember watching as a kid was, let me think.
Oh, God.
I think it was he was pretty important, kind of. I mean, I don't know, but
I think he was extremely important. I wasn't there, so I don't know what happened. I don't, so hey, we can talk. Hey, it was that was a very important Royal Rumble, and too bad things planned out.
Yeah.
Well, it's terrible things planned out the way that they did, or ended up the way that they did, but so kind of so kind of the 2004 is probably a predecessor, obviously, to what happened in 05, but that, I guess you can kind of say it started in 04 because that's when I hate to say little guys, god damn it, the Vince is in my head.
Yeah.
Man, but that was when the smaller statured wrestlers started to take over.
Yeah.
Which was, it's resulted in freaking phenomenal wrestling since then.
If you think about it though, like, even if you think about Eddie and Benoit and all that, like, their career, I mean, obviously we know what happened to them, but their career in the WWE was kind of over after the 05 Rumble because they didn't really have huge matches. Like, I know Eddie passed away not too long after that. He passed away like he passed away in 2006, right?
2006.
Yeah. So he didn't have a lot of time, but Benoit was around until 2008. And if you think about it, from like 2005 to 2008, Benoit didn't really do anything. He was just there.
Yeah. It was on. It felt like well, to me back then, it felt like hey, you've been working, your entire career, came up through WCW, you're now doing your thing here. Here's the title as a reward. We'll take it from you, and now you're lost in the shuffle again. Like
so
like
many other guys.
So many
yeah, just like Finn Balor. I don't know. That's another topic, but. That dude is so talented. He can do so many things. And it's like he got his opportunity. He got injured. And WWE just never cared about him ever again. I know he did the Judgment Day. But, like, what did he really do? He should have beat Edge at WrestleMania. That was the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my life. Yes. He lost a Hell in a Cell. The last Hell in a Cell at WrestleMania had the fucking Undertaker in it. And you're going to tell me that you're not going to put over this new, like, hasn't been in the WWE for too long. He was dressed as the Demon, and you're going to have Edge beat him and then sail off into the sunset and go to AEW where he's literally not doing anything?
Not doing anything. Yeah, man, it sucks, man. I personally, I like what they're doing with Finn now, with the whole Judgment Day thing. Right before then, like I said, he was really lost.
Yeah.
I was glad the Heirs brought him into Judgment Day, and then they kicked the Edge out, and now you got Rhea and Damian Priest out with well, it looks like Finn is the leader, but he's not, because they say everybody's equal.
Yeah.
So I kind of like what he's doing now. I'm afraid of what's to come.
Yeah.
I don't know what he can do after this.
Yeah.
On the main roster. Yeah. Right. As a matter of fact, before he came to the Judgment Day, he was in NXT.
Yeah, I liked him as the NXT champion with his like Prince gimmick. I thought that was some of the best things that he did like in the WWE, because they gave him a chance and an opportunity to like be what he could have been after he won the Universal title. But I'm going to be honest, I kind of have a feeling, like looking back on it now, that even if he didn't get injured, I think they would have had him drop that title really fucking fast. I don't.
You think so?
I just have a feeling that like they were going to have.
So hot.
I know, but I think they were going to give it to Owens, and then Owens. I kind of feel like what ended up happening is what they planned on happening, but it just like kind of rescued Finn in a way, because I feel like he would have dropped it to Owens, and then down the line, we probably still would have got Goldberg squashing Owens to face Lesnar at WrestleMania. I feel like even if Finn was still around, we probably still would have got that shit.
Okay, I don't know, man. He was really hot. I thought that he was gonna hold that belt for at least 11 months or some shit. I still wanted Finn and Cena to have like a really good match. I know they wrestled each other on Raw like once, and it was cool, but I still feel like those two could have had like such a good match, because they kind of wrestle similar. Finn doesn't do anything too crazy, but he adds a little bit in between, and Cena is just like meat and potatoes with a little bit in between. So I think they could have had a really good match. Okay, I agree. Now, back then, I wouldn't have said that I agreed, but what moved me is seeing Cena versus AJ Styles, and seeing how Cena wrestled with AJ Styles. I was like, whoa, this is a really good match. I mean, he looked really good against a smaller wrestler like that who was very talented. So yeah, looking back at it now, that definitely would have been a nice few matches that we would have saw like for at least a month straight.
Yeah, dude, I don't know. There's so much we could talk about with this WWE stuff. I know you're kind of on a time crunch, so I'll throw it over to you. Yeah.
Where the hell did the time go?
It's okay. I'll throw it over to you. Do you have any topics you want to talk about real quick before we have to cut it off? Was there anything you wanted to... Go ahead.
Yeah, I want to ask, how do you feel about the current AEW product? You got Jack Perry, who, has this new gimmick, the scapegoat gimmick, which I am loving. You got Ricochet just debuted. You got Mercedes Moné over there. You got Daniel Bryanson just became the... I'm sorry.
Yeah, Bryan Danielson.
just became the AEW champion. Then you now on the most recent episode, you have John Moxley coming and saying that, hey, this company isn't yours anymore.
Yeah.
As if he's hinting.
I think I know where he's hinting at, but I don't know if they have the balls to do what I think they're about to do.
Dude,
I think it's going to be Shane McMahon, man. I think Shane McMahon's going to go over there and be like the general manager, and I think the entire pro wrestling world is going to kill each other because they're not going to know what to do.
Yeah. Oh, boy. Shane would make a great heel. I'm a great heel. A great GM. I did not see that happen. I don't want Tony on TV.
Yeah. He's trash. He's trash.
Let's keep Tony off the TV. I appreciate what he's doing for the company, but let's keep him off the TV.
Yeah.
Bring Shane in to be a GM would be great. Now, I wasn't a fan of it, let's say a month ago, but after some more thought and whatnot.
Dude,
we'll see,
I kind of feel like I feel like this would be like the modern day Invasion. Like if Shane went to AEW, there's that door. I don't care what they say. There is a door open to do AEW versus WWE. And they do this whole forbidden door thing where it's AEW New Japan. Imagine they somehow work out a deal where it's AEW New Japan and WWE in like a freaking like a world of wrestling. That's the real WrestleMania. That is the real WrestleMania.
Bruh,
like, give me.
I'm thinking about that. The Vince McMahon meme when he's sitting in his chair and then everything's just getting better and his face is just changing. He gets so excited and he's just fucking explodes. Yeah, that would be a wrestling fan's dream come true.
Yeah, man, I don't know. Like, you brought up AEW, and it's funny because I was about to bring it up. I wanted to talk a little bit about Will Ospreay because I love that dude. There is not a better athlete in professional wrestling than Will Ospreay. Yeah. Nobody can touch that man. And now that they have Ricochet, who's going to be able to do whatever he wants now, this might bring AEW back. But honestly, I think AEW has 100 times the wrestling talent that the WWE has. They just have a child running the company, and it's holding everything back. Because before all this drama with CM Punk and everything, AEW was at the top of their game. You had MJF, you had Wardlow, you had... they didn't even have Will Ospreay, but adding him into it now, I really think Will Ospreay is going to be the face of AEW within the next 2 years.
Woo. That's some good wrestling to look forward to, man.
Oh, dude, I don't know. That's actually, I've been thinking about that because I haven't kept up with AEW in like years. I just fell out of it after the whole Punk thing and the backstage stuff. I was like, I don't know. There's really no point in keeping up with it. But I still follow it. But when I saw that Ospreay was back, I'm like, you know what? I might have to start watching it again because that dude is insane.
Amazing. Absolutely, man. So I'm glad you get to enjoy some good old wrestling again, man. And, things have been dry lately since SummerSlam. So, but now we have some things to look forward to. You got this Berlin pay-per-view, or pay-per-view, premium live event coming up. You just had the pay-per-views from AEW over there, which was freaking amazing with all the debuts. With the debuts and whatnot.
Yeah.
We got some good wrestling to look forward to. My friend, I'm getting pressed for time.
I know, you gotta go. It's all good. It's all good. We'll do another one of these. If you want to do it, like, next time you get a little more time, we'll just get a longer episoding, because we got a lot we need to talk about. But
absolutely, man. Can't leave, man.
I told you it was going to go fast.
It could have been a lot better, but I did appreciate the conversation.
Yeah.
And until next time, my guy, I will talk to you. Shout out to Touch 'em Up Podcast.
All right, man. We'll get you on next time. Maybe we'll even do one later this week. We'll figure something out.
Okay, man. Sounds good. Thanks.
All right. Have a good one.